Talking about a guy like Dennis Johnson. Dennis is an extraordinarily strong personality. And if he's not surrounded by people with equally strong personalities, he can be disruptive. It's just a matter of strong personality. And now with the Celtics, he's got to get in line.
So what you're saying is they had to get rid of him in the easygoing, laid-back West Coast environment and get him out to the East. Is that it?
Where everybody's a crab.
Ralph Sampson controls as he jumps center, even though he's going to be playing the strong forward or big forward position. And the first shot from Ralph from 19 won't go. That'll be a very interesting matchup, McHale against Sampson.
Yes. You know, when we opened the game here, we talked about which the front line had the advantage. And I said that it would be even, because I think that because of their imposing height and strength, that the Rockets would be better defensively.
Good pass inside to Olajuwon from Ralph Sampson.
And Ralph Sampson really has made improvement in his game, and he's such a better passer now, and he's getting to be better all the time, and that'll make them even tougher.
Larry Bird with a floating one-hander, and Dennis Johnson manages to control. McHale from 16. Celtics hold here in the early going, didn't miss three straight shots.
Now that's an unusual thing against the Rockets, to see a team get 3 shots in a row controlling the boards, because between Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon, they usually have pretty good control of the defensive boards, especially.
Well, they missed because Larry Bird didn't really get a good set shot, and when he did, you saw what happens as Lewis Lloyd pops one in and gives the Rockets a 4-2 lead.
Well, what he did was he didn't try to make that shot. He tried to shoot it to where he could go get the offensive rebound, and Dennis Johnson happened to be in there.
Bird scored. Hollins foul. First foul of the game on Lionel Hollins. First team foul as he discusses things with Coach Bill Fitch, and Danny Ainge goes down the other end to discuss things with K.C. Jones.
Well, you know, the good defensive teams, I think, try to avoid switches as much as possible. Double teams, yes. Switches, no.
Lionel Hollins just knocked Kevin McHale, who set a screen and was playing there, ran into him, knocked him down. McHale playing defense, and he got bruised a little bit. He's limping.
Well, he's young enough, so it's just a bruise, I think, when he fell on his knee, and so it just hurt for a little while.
Hollins with the 2 points. The Rockets lead 6-5. Olajuwon. Bird goes to the deck. And out of the sideline, Lewis Lloyd stepped down the sideline right in front of us. No question. Good call by Ed Rush.
Now, both teams are in this time of the game is always teams are feeling each other out and trying to find out how they are going to play. Not how the other team's going to play, but how they're going to play, because that's one thing you never know, no matter how you feel before the game, how you're going to play that day.
Ainge can't handle on a pass from Bird. Rockets 4-on-2 break. McRae back to Lloyd. Olajuwon is there, the leading offensive rebounder in the league. His timing was off, and he couldn't get it. Celtics, Bird on the trail. McHale tips it back.
That'll make McHale feel a little better. And so far, it's been just the opposite of what you think, that the Celtics have controlled the boards. The Rockets are the ones only getting 1 shot.
Parish battling with Olajuwon, and McHale comes away with it. Here come the Celtics. Last touch by McRae.
And that was a lucky break for the Celtics, because I don't think that Bird would have been able to handle that pass anyway if McRae hadn't got his hand on it.
7-6 Boston. We've got coming up on the 9-minute mark in the first quarter. Danny Ainge, he wanted the foul also, felt he got hit on the arm. His first 2 points of the game. Boston by 3. Olajuwon, strong move, but a great defensive play by Robert Parish.
And Larry Bird hit the ball into McRae. Let's see if we can take a look at it. Good play by Robert Parish here. There he goes up, there's the block. And we weren't able to see the finish of the play.
We're back live. Lionel Hollins running the show for the Houston Rockets. Done a fine job replacing Lucas, who had gone out with the drug problem, who is now back. And Hollins gets his 3rd and 4th points of the game to cut the Boston lead to 1. 8:35 to go in the first quarter. Robert Parish called for traveling.
Now, that was a funny call, because the ball got knocked loose. If the ball's knocked loose, you don't have control of it. You can't travel with it unless you have control of it.
Funny call or a bad call?
Funny.
McRae throws it away, but Olajuwon gets it back. Offensive foul, just shoved off with the left arm.
Now, what you've seen so far is a few cases where the guys this time of the year, now watch it. Here's it. Now, early in the season or late in the season, you won't see Olajuwon do that particular play.
Larry Bird with the rebound. Last basket for the Celtics is by Robert Parish, and here comes McHale on that patented fadeaway.
He really had to fade with Ralph Sampson there. That would make you really fade.
Also, though, it helps you to get better arch on the ball, though. Boston by 3, 11-8. We've got 7:35 to go.
And he
Traveling by
changed
Sampson.
He changed pivot as he turned around to square off. That's one of the things going from center to forward. One of the things you have to learn is how to turn around and face it without changing pivot feet and have your steps called on.
Robert Parish tried to go baseline. They shut it off, but he hit with the jumper. Olajuwon returns the favor.
He does that move as well, almost as well as Moses. That's where he puts his shoulder in you to freeze you. And then he goes up for the shot.
He's got 4 points. McHale with another fadeaway. Sampson with the rebound. Bad pass. Johnson barely anticipates, picks it off. Nice play by Lionel Hollins. Here come the Rockets. They've got a 3-on-1 break. It's Lloyd. Back to Hollins to McRae. And Lloyd finally gets it back. Good defense by McHale.
He kept him at bay for a long time.
And he didn't get any help. Larry Bird. Sampson. Coach said that the Rockets got the run if they want to win. 3-on-2 break. Lloyd scores. Foul.
Now, that was bad defense. They should have stopped the ball. They let Lloyd penetrate almost on a 2-on-1 situation. You've got to stop the ball at least at the foul line.
And the foul was on Dennis Johnson with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Houston Rockets lead the Boston Celtics by 1.
Moving day.
Lewis Lloyd at the free throw line and completes the three-point effort, giving the Rockets a 15-3 lead. Lewis Lloyd has 7 points so far in the game, 15-13 lead. Sampson on the Parish miss.
That was a rush shot by Robert Parish.
And another bad pass by Sampson.
Yes, you could tell that he shot that too quick because he had no trajectory on it.
Boston shooting only 40%, 6 for 15 so far in the game. The Rockets 6 for 10, 60%. Lewis Lloyd so far an important offensive factor for the Houston Rockets. The shot clock is down inside of 10. It's Danny Ainge. Ainge 2 for 2. Tied at 15 inside of 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sampson from 19. Talked to Kevin before the game. He said, hey, Sampson's 7'4", but I've got to play him like he's an outside shooter. He's too good a shooter to lay off of him. And that time he paid the price by laying back. Double team on McHale. Parish traveling. Shuffled those feet.
Now, either of these guys' timing is off or the defense is making them do funny things. What do you think? Because so far, this has not been an artistic gym, you might say. In other words, they haven't played well yet.
Olajuwon missed last. Accustomed to that many afternoon starts, whether or not the body's still in bed and they haven't early minds in bed. Something's going on. Bird on the.
The pass that Ainge made was a great pass, and Robert Parish running the court back a good center should.
one of the better running centers in the league. He will get down the court, but the great pass was Bird's pass to anticipate Ainge. It was a super pass.
And to watch Bird as he guards Sampson.
Shot clock's down to 1. Hollins got it off, but it was not a good shot. Great defense by the Celtics. Rockets are back, but Bird's wide open from 18, and you don't give him that shot.
That's a license to steal.
7 points for Larry Bird, and the Boston Celtics lead by 2. McRae, that'll count if it goes. Score that basket.
Now, I thought that...
Louis Lloyd.
That was a good play on Lloyd's part to get the foul, because he definitely got it. I think he got a technical foul called on
Dennis Johnson. Louis Lloyd has 9 points already, Bill, and a chance to make it 10 already to give the Rockets the lead, and I'm sure that no one anticipated Louis Lloyd having this type of an offensive performance.
And Dennis picked up a little personal. He'll have to speak less harshly to the referees for the rest of the game.
He'll have to keep his mouth shut. Otherwise, he'll be having a nice chance to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the locker room. Louis Lloyd now. Good defense by the Rockets. Shot clock is down to 6 seconds as Robert Parish scores on a fadeaway. 8 points for Robert. Long pass to Sampson. Too far.
That was almost worth the gamble, but since it didn't work, you'd say it wasn't worth it. That long pass to Ralph Sampson.
We're tied at 21, 3:45 to go. Bird just inside the three-point area. Hollins with the rebound. Here come the Rockets. McRae, great move.
Good
foul.
move.
Ainge, score it.
Good move by Rodney McRae. Good pass. That was a long rebound, and those are the best kind to run a fast break on. That's why most teams, now here goes McRae, there's control there. That's why most teams that give up a lot of fast breaks are because they shoot a lot of outside shots or 20-foot shots to get long rebounds, and if one of the guards gets the rebound on the move, it's almost impossible to go from offense to defense. Your transition game is always being challenged.
5 points for McRae. The Rockets lead by 3. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Shot clock inside of 10 for the Celtics. Rockets playing good defense. And a foul inside before the shot. And it's going to be on Rodney McRae, reaching in and fouling Danny Ainge. I think Rodney should have just kind of left the area and tried to see what Ainge could have done against Olajuwon. He wouldn't have had much of a chance, I don't think.
But he's in there with a lot of tall timber. There's a reach-in call there.
Sampson foul across the arms, trying to knock the ball loose from McHale.
And both teams are on the referees. And that's an indication, I think, that they're both a little off.
Out of sync, right?
Yes.
When you get out of sync, you tend to get a little bit more irritable about calls. Both teams with 3 team fouls now. That was the first foul on Sampson. McHale having a tough time from the field so far, and another rebound for Ralph. McRae off the glass. McRae with 7.
As we've said before, he's probably one of the most, if not the most underrated player in the league because of the other 2 guys getting all of the ink and
right, they don't have enough room in the paper. Inside foul, McRae. Bird will go, well, it'll be Celtic ball on the sideline, but right now the Rockets are taking a timeout. We'll come back to see what the Celtics come up with on their out-of-bounds play. They trail by 5. Rick Barry back with Bill Russell bringing the action from Boston Garden here on St. Patrick's Day. We have a little correction of statistics for the Rockets. Rodney McRae has 5 points. Louis Lloyd has 10 points. But both of them have been outstanding here in the first quarter. But McRae has 2 personal fouls against him. And he he has the unenviable task of guarding Larry Bird.
Now the Rockets switch and then switch back to get Sampson on McHale because they had a mismatch or a switch off before.
They said that ball was touched by Robert Parish, knocked out of bounds, be Rocket ball, and McHale, well, yet another miss. Kevin McHale having a very poor shooting game thus far.
Now this is a different ball team than the Celtics had before. When you have McHale starting, instead of, because there's a different look than you have when you have him coming off the bench.
Sampson on the Parish miss. Quickly to Lloyd. 2-on-1 break. He's got McRae on the right. McRae takes it home. Good playing by the Rockets.
Yes, and they're giving the Celtics, starting to get the Celtics only one shot, and not a very good one at that.
The key to that one, Bill, was Ralph's outlet pass, I thought.
Oh, yes, he's getting better and better when he gets the rebound. The first thing he does is look, and he makes a good outlet.
Rockets have run off 11-2. Make it now 11-4 as Larry Bird comes through. Bird with 9 points. Sampson. Ralph Sampson with 4 points now. Back to a 7-point Rocket lead. 1:25 to go in the first quarter, and the Rockets, very impressive. But remember, they had a 13-point lead in the last time they met down in Houston as Parish scores inside.
Excellent move. Akeem went for the steal, and Robert Parish went for the layup.
Speaking of, the Rockets had that, well, Sampson quickly with a 17-footer gives it right back. 7-point lead now for the Rockets. They were up by 13, the Rockets were back in November down in Houston, and it was cut to 2 at the half by the Celtics, and then they dominated the second half to win by 10. Knocked away by Ralph. Danny Ainge gets it over Olajuwon. A big break for the Celtics.
Look what I found. I was just running through the middle, and there it was.
Ainge has 6 points.
Akeem hasn't been very aggressive today, and has not been a factor yet.
Blocked by McHale on the shot by Sampson, but tipped back to Lloyd. Shot clock's down to 5. Ralph can't handle it. Here come the Celtics. Parish is down.
He can handle it. Good move. Atlanta Hollins hustles on defense. But Ralph, Big T made it come up empty.
And Robert Parish with 12 points, leading scorer for the Celtics. It's been the Parish-Bird show. Lewis Lloyd. Sampson had it, but it goes out to Robert Parish. To Ainge.
Now
Rockets
2-on-2.
Danny Ainge got caught up in the air, hits the ground, called for traveling.
Now he jumped up in the air with nothing in mind. Maybe he's going to shoot, but you shouldn't jump unless you have something in mind, because sooner or later you're going to have to come down.
Well, if he didn't, there would have been an investigation. Into the game, Robert Reed for Rodney McRae. Hollins penetrates, kicks it off to Olajuwon at the buzzer, and it's a 3-point lead for the Rockets. So the Boston Celtics, who found themselves trailing by 3, have chipped away. They trail now only by 3 points. We'll be back with the second quarter action in just a moment. Off spots, the teams you're watching here tonight, well, the Rockets haven't yet clinched the spot in the playoffs, but they're very close to doing so. The Celtics, of course, have clinched the spot for the playoffs. They used the scoring in the first quarter, Lloyd and McRae, and Parish and Bird for the Boston Celtics.
Now that's interesting, because you don't expect Lloyd and McRae to finish as the leading scorer, but you would not be surprised if Bird and Parish ended up as leading scorers for the Celtics.
Exactly, and it's been a strange game, Bill, 32-29, but yet I don't think either team has really played as well as they're capable of playing, as you see the team statistics, field goals, and free throw percentage-wise, and turnovers and rebounds.
Well, if you look at statistics, it looks like a pretty good game, but so far it has not been very artistic, although it is, as the teams took them a little longer to warm up, I'd say. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Robert Parish with 14 points cuts it to a 1-point Rocket lead. Robert Reed, who is duties off the bench again. A bad pass by the Rockets, taken away this time by Ray Williams, who has just come into the game. And Larry Bird now has 11 points, and we're tied. No, the Boston Celtics have taken a 1-point lead. They lead 33-32.
And Ray Williams comes right in and has an impact.
And quickly, Bill Fitch takes a timeout.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Figured the game would be over by 1:30, huh? They thought it was going to be quicker than we thought.
Should we continue to make?
Yeah, we'll just pretend we're on the air, so you just, you know. "11 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the ball game, first half. 33-32 Boston. The Celtics will send Greg Kite into the game. Well, that's nice of them. The Houston native. Barry will be chatting with at halftime.
And Quinn Buckner.
So they make some changes. We make some changes. Rockets will inbound. Reed tossing it into Sampson. Here's Lucas. Yeah, well, hey, we're not going to worry about Lucas with the shot. It is missed, and the rebound comes out to Bird. 33-32 and a violation. Hey, it doesn't make any difference, but we got to... (33-32), the second period just underway. Personal foul just called on Lucas.
And a backcourt combination, Ray Williams and Quinn Buckner, along with Houston's Greg Kite.
Bird goes into Kite. Kite didn't travel, into Parish with the fall away from 8. That's 16 points for Parish. 10 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first half. High pass, almost a turnover. Reed saves it, being in the right spot over Buckner, and Robert hits.
That's the first bucket after 10 straight Boston points.
Boston still leads by just one, 35-34. Ray Williams gets in a little bit of trouble, lays it back out to Parish, to Williams. Williams on the drive in off to Parish, who threw the shot up, and a foul.
That's part of the beauty, though, of Ray Williams. He's not much of an outside shooter, but he gives him another dimension, a one-on-one penetrator like his brother Gus that we saw the other night. Excellent on the open court. Very controversial acquisition. Some of the players said, why mess up a good thing and bring him here? Parish said, hey, right on, he can help this basketball team. Celtics have always had the history, much like the old New York Yankees, of picking up the right guy during the right time down the stretch.
Boston 36-34. Parish with one more. He has 17 already in the first half. Got to solve him. Maybe getting tired. And a long rebound to Kite. And he walked. Isn't it interesting that, a guy with no real credentials, Kite's going to get called on that little paint shuffle, and certain other players who've been doing it for a while.
Superstar treatment.
36-34, Boston by 2. Rockets ball. John Lucas working with Sampson. And now they've had a switch, but Ralph a little late going to the hole. Lucas wanted him to go in earlier while Buckner was guarding him. Reed from outside.
Good adjustment, though, by Lucas, who saw that he was double-teamed and threw the cross-court pass down the baseline.
We're tied at 36. Bird moving into the baseline over Reed. Rebound Sampson. Rockets now coming up trying to take the lead back with 9:45 to go in the first half. Sampson on top. Ralph.
Away by Bird. Good help from defense. Because when Ralph posts up, down on the baseline, the defense.
Instead of moving over to cut him off, he stayed where he was, and then Reed, you can see it. He has time to move over to get more of that baseline, but he didn't. And then he fouled him. First foul on Lou.
Ray, a very controversial, spirited basketball player, like the McRae brothers from Mount Vernon, New York.
He hits one of the two. He has his first point. He's averaging 4.3 in the 9 games back in the league. 38-37. Buckner putting a lot of pressure on Lucas off of Sampson. Lucas and Buckner going chest.
Both teams are playing very physical defense.
Shot clock down inside. 10 is down to 7.
Now that the referee on the baseline had a good view of it. half court.
And on
A lot
the
of
opposite
coaches-
side of the court.
A lot of coaches object those calls because the referee's out of position.
Foul is on Ray Williams. First team foul against the Celtics in this quarter. 3 against the Rockets so far.
And good defense paid off. They caused a turnover.
That's 9 turnovers for the Houston Rockets, and the Celtics have 6 so far in the ball game. Shot clock inside of 10 for the Celtics. Wedman's open from 17. He's a great outside shooter. Scotty Wedman.
What they did is a decoy, like they're going to do a two-man game, and the players that can set up for the weak side.
Got the first 2 points of the game. Lucas takes it all the way. Break down defensively that time for the Celtics. That should not happen.
Well, they gambled. They went for the steal. And when that happens, you leave yourself out of the defense so that the other 4 guys are playing 4 on 5.
Wedman again. 2 in a row for Scott. He gives the Celtics the lead by 1. We're inside of 8 minutes now to go in the second quarter. Robert Reed is still lighting it up. That's 8 points for Robert Reed. He's hit all 4 of his outside shots. And the Rockets lead by 1. Parish inside, foul, Robert Reed. Mismatch in there, and they took advantage.
This has not been one of Akeem's better games so far. He's out there working hard, and things is not working for him. And
3 fouls that you see against Akeem.
Well, that's almost normal, but he does have a lot of, he gets in the foul trouble quite often. But usually for a little different reasons than today, because he just doesn't seem to be working for him so far.
Well, it looks like we have our audio problems worked out. We're sorry again for the inconvenience or any inconvenience we may have caused you. And into the game, Larry Michaud, who has not really played very many minutes for the Rockets, as Kite goes out, McHale comes back in. But, of course, Peterson for the Rockets, Jim Peterson has an ankle injury. He's not even with the club. He's been put in a cast. And then McDowell had of course, has an injury that put him out for the rest of the season. Hank McDowell. So the Rockets are a little short in the front court. Celtics lead by 1. 7.5 minutes to go in the half. Well, Larry didn't waste any time, did he?
He knows what to do with it when he gets it in there.
McHale takes it strong right back against Michaud.
Take that.
Of course, Michaud in his days at Houston, University of Houston, in college days, was not known as a defensive stalwart. He does know what to do with the ball when he gets it in his hand. Sampson has it blocked by Parish. Another great defensive effort by the Chiefs.
Robert Parish was another big guy. He's a big guy, too.
McHale scored. And they are really going right at Michaud. When he's come into the game, both times down, they went right to McHale.
And with Ralph Sampson helping out from the weak side, almost here's McHale giving the fake, get a lot of paratroopers, and there's 2 points.
Foul was called on Michaud, his first. McHale.
You know, Kevin McHale is one of the more interesting characters in this league.
Well, he's a very funny person. He's got 7 points in the game. Great sense of humor McHale has. Keeps everybody loose on the ball club. He and M.L. Carr go at it all the time. Sampson scores. Foul on Ray Williams as he was running by.
Well, what he did, he hit the ball just as Sampson started his hook shot. As you should do.
No, they give each other the... Hey, Robert Parish has a good sense of humor, too, which you really maybe wouldn't think. In fact, he said to McHale, and we congratulate Kevin on the birth of his son, and he said, listen, you better not be holding that baby. This is Robert Parish saying to Kevin, you better not be holding that baby too much. He says, because with hands like you have, he said, you'd be dropping them on the floor. Sampson with 8 points, 7 rebounds so far in today's game. Second quarter field goal percentages, Houston 7 for 9, and Boston 7 for 8. So the fellas are warming up, Bill.
Yes, and the art is coming to the fore in this game.
Buckner from 18. Rebound to John Lucas. Oh, Lucas, straight penetration, but super defense in the weak side by Kevin McHale. Ray Williams for the Celtics.
Good pass.
Wedman, wide open, takes it to the bank.
Good penetration.
Scotty Wedman, he's got 6 points. He's hit his 3 shots from the outside. Robert Reed, the other man off the bench for the Rockets, has hit 4 for 4 from the outside. Lucas gets it to Mishaw. Strong move, score it, foul Parish. Well, as you say, the quality of the play has been rising considerably here.
As they warm up. This took them a little longer to warm up today. Now, both teams are getting good penetration. Now, here's Micho in there, and he might have called that offensive foul.
Well, he did what Robert did down the other end, but when that defensive man leaves his feet, as you know, Bill, if there's contact, invariably they'll give it to the defender on the foul call. But Micho, I thought, did a great job of using his body, keeping the ball away from Parish. 5 points for Larry Mishaw, who has come in and replaced Olajuwon, who is sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. And we're tied again, this time at 50 with 5:33 to go in the half, and Larry Bird makes his entrance back into the ball game, and Robert Parish will get a rest. Parish goes to the bench with 19 points. Bird comes into the game with 11 points. Shot clock's inside of 10 for the Celtics as Danny Ainge gets ready to report back in. Shot clock is to 3. Bird just inside the 3-point area. Air ball. As Ainge comes in now for Quinn Buckner. Lionel Hollins back in the ball game for the Houston Rockets, and John Lucas goes to the bench.
I was watching the conversation between Larry Bird and Kevin McHale after Larry Bird took an air ball.
Another block by McHale against Sampson. Shot clock down to 5. And Ralph perseveres. Sampson now has 11.
Almost a good play.
A little bit too far. Just a little bit too far. McHale couldn't quite reach it, but it was a great idea and the right pass to make.
Right.
Or the correct pass, I should say. Wedman with his first miss, but Bird is there to bring it down. Left hand, great shot.
Now that was a great shot.
And I think the defenders all were expecting it to come with the right hand, and he tricked them with the left hand and came up with his 12th and 13th points. And Robert Reed misses his first shot from the outside. McHale rebounds. We're tied at 52, 4:30 to go. In the half. Bird with another left hand. Good pass by Wedman. 22nd timeout being called now by the Houston Rockets.
Now that's one of the things that makes a star a star. When the game's close, he comes up with 2 spectacular plays. That's got to give him a lift, real lift, and he's got to give Houston a real downer.
Well, listen, in talking about shooting, as you've seen Larry Bird with 2 great plays inside, our halftime feature, your old coach Red Auerbach of Red on Round Ball, is going to come up with something that, well, I kind of like that area of the game, shooting the basketball. He's going to be talking about shooting, and he's going to have Larry Bird along with Dennis Johnson talking about it. So for all of you, well, frustrated older basketball players and all of you young aspiring basketball players, if you want to learn how to shoot the ball, you probably will not have anyone finer than the people who are going to be discussing shooting the basketball at halftime. That'll be our feature, Red on Round Ball. So stay tuned for that one. Coming up at the half, we're back to live action. The Rockets trailing by 2, 4:15 to go in the half. Louis Lloyd got off to a real quick start. That's his first points here in the second quarter. He's got 12 now. He had 10 in the first period. And we're tied again at 54. 4 minutes to go now in the half. Danny Ainge just inside the 3-point range. Bird with another rebound. Foul inside. Let's see, it'll be either on Mishaw or on Sampson. And they give it to Mishaw.
And whoever's guarding him is going to have to keep him off the boards because he's a good rebounder. And good rebounders, you have to keep off the boards. In fact, you have to anticipate when the shot's going to be taken and screen him out before the shot's in the air, because when the ball's in the air, it's too late to block him out.
Bird with 15 points, 5 rebounds. There's also, you got to keep bad rebounders off too, Bill. Because even I could get some rebounds and nobody boxes me out.
Well, see now, a bad rebounder is when the ball, he only gets the one that bounced to him. Those you don't really get upset about. But when a guy works it to get the ones that wouldn't be there, you've got to screen him out before the shot's taken.
Larry Bird certainly has a nose for the basketball offensively. Some players do and some don't. It's really strange. Sampson can't get the hook to drop. Williams with the rebound. Rockets are back. Williams playing considerable number of minutes here this afternoon. Scotty Wedman in the top of the key. Bird with another rebound.
And another foul.
And Arnold Hollins got hit in the face. He's down on the court.
After he hit, he gets the foul basically for getting punched in the face with an elbow. Now there's the foul there. And then he gets the elbow right in the face.
As that Robert Reed, who was in the ball game here, has the foul was on Hollins, his second foul.
And now Houston can't afford to have injuries to their backcourt. So it's a little thin already. But I think he's going to be all right. He just got hit in the face with the elbow. And then when he gets up to find the fouls on him, he'll be a little upset.
That's what I say now. Somebody just told him the foul was on him. We've got 3:23 to go. A timeout on the court. The Boston Celtics lead the Houston Rockets by 2 points. Rick Barry back with Bill Russell, bringing you the final 3:23 of action here in the first half as Larry Bird will be going to the free throw line. He's got 17 points. He had 9 points in the first quarter. Had a nice rest at the beginning of the period. He's come back in to score 8 additional points, make it probably 9. Probably
Rick,
10 after the next
Rick,
one.
Very rare. I think only on 2 occasions has the leading scorer in the league been on a championship team. And one of the reasons is because when they get the ball, that's the end of the play usually for the leading scorer. I think Larry Bird is a good example of a high scorer that doesn't have to take from his team because when he gets the ball, that's not necessarily the end of the play. That time it was. But he's an excellent passer, too, and looks for the pass before he looks for a shot.
21 points for Bird. Mishaw inside, knocked away by the Celtics. He gets it back, puts it in a big basket for the Rockets because they were trailing by 6. They cut it back to trail only now by 4 as Mishaw gets the 6th and 7th points of the game.
Well, this is a high-scoring first half.
Bird's got 12 points so far in the second period, 21 for the ball game. Ray Williams travels. The 8th turnover now for the Boston Celtics. 7th turnover. Rockets have 10 turnovers. Rockets have only gotten 2 offensive rebounds so far in this game. That is exceptionally low for them.
Well, that's because Elijah wants a great shot by Ralph Sampson.
Even the Boston Celtics fans had to moan a little bit on that one.
The reason that Akeem Olajuwon, who is their leading offensive rebounder, has not had a very good game today.
Lloyd against Bird, and Lloyd comes out victorious. Lewis Lloyd has 14 points now, and we are again tied at 60. So the Celtics get a quick 6-point lead, only to see the Rockets tied inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. Williams with a super pass to Bird. Over the right shoulder, just a great play.
You think he's going to help his team a little bit, maybe?
23 for Larry Bird, but Ray Williams showing another great move. Why the Celtics are tough as Sampson comes back. Sampson now has 15 points, but the old shrewd Red Auerbach has done it again, hasn't he?
It looks that way. I was talking to a couple of guys, and they like the way the progress Ray Williams has made.
Great pass by Sampson,
right.
And a lead to Lloyd to tie it again. Well, let's see, the Rockets now have a lead by 2, 64-62.
Ralph Sampson is having an outstanding game so far. Real good. He's been rebounding very well. He's been shooting well, and he's been making some good key passes.
Wedman just inside 3-point area. Bird battles inside. Again, had good position. Last touch by the Rockets. So he didn't get the rebound, but he got the ball back for his team by his hustle and effort. He had 2 men on him and still was able to come away. Nice hand for Ray Williams as Dennis Johnson comes back into the ball game for the Celtics. Robert Parish also reporting in.
And so you have a
Wedman goes to the bench.
Casey's substitution pattern has changed, and it's a different look.
Brings in a much more experienced player, of course, in Ray Williams, who could do so many things in the court. Hollins reaches in, draws the foul against McHale. That'll be the penalty again for the Rockets. shows you why they're so tough. I mean, Kevin McHale not really having one of his outstanding offensive games. He only has 7 points, has not shot the ball real well, but yet Celtics have still scored 63 points so far in the ball game. That's 8 points from McHale. A good look at Ray Williams.
Well, McHale has Ralph Sampson guarding him. When you turn around and you can't even see the basket, that does create a problem.
Especially when you're 6'10".
You're just not used to that. You just never can get used to looking at a guy that's so much taller. Although Lewis Lloyd he's been really having a good game today.
Ralph wasted no time on that one. Didn't give Parish a chance to make a defensive play. Quickly went into his hook shot. He came up with the 16th and 17th points. Rockets back in the lead by 2. Danny Ainge again wanted a foul. He made the basket and said, I got hit again. Maybe he should get hit more often if they keep going in. Tied at 66. 30 seconds to go in the first half. And we've had some outstanding basketball played, and there'll be a lot more coming up in the second half. Let's see who's going to wind up with the lead. Robert Reed is short. Bird with another rebound. Celtics could play for the last shot if they don't get a good quick opportunity. Back to Bird on the cut from Ainge. Score it. Larry Bird with 25 points. He's had 16 here in the second period. We've got 10 seconds to go. Lewis Lloyd tries to force his way in. Is getting called for an offensive foul. And that was not a smart play on the part of the Lewis Lloyd and the Rockets, because they should have played for the last shot, Bill, and a chance to tie. As it is, with 9 seconds to go, the Celtics will get that opportunity. That's the inexperience of the Rockets, plays like that. That really hurts when you play a good team like the Celtics. Good play by Mishaw, 3 seconds, too. Robert can get it off if he shoots it quickly. It'll count if it goes. Good try by Robert Reed, and so the turnover did not hurt the Rockets, but they still trail the Celtics at the half by 2 points. And remember, Red on Round Ball, talking about shooting with Bird and Dennis Johnson, will be coming up when we come back.
Now, I've noticed that Casey has changed his, and Bill Fitch has had, with the problems of Lucas going away from the club and then coming back, he still has to establish his, because how much is Lucas going to play is very important to that ball club.
You saw the scoring leaders for the half. We've got Ainge, Bird, Johnson, McHale, and Parish. Same starting lineup for the Celtics. It'll be Hollins, Lloyd, Olajuwon, Sampson, and McRae, the same starters for the Houston Rockets. Shot clock inside of 10 quickly for the Boston Celtics. It's down to 4. With 2 seconds to go, Parish gets it off and bounces it in.
Scorer's bounce. Only guy that scores a lot can get a bounce like that.
21 points for Robert Parish. The Celtics now with a 4-point lead. Lloyd has it knocked away at the last second. There's 5 to go on the shot clock now as Lionel Hollins lets go from 16 feet and hits.
And Danny Ainge got completely lost from Lionel Hollins on that play.
7 points for Lionel Hollins. Bird from 19. Sampson with another rebound.
And another good outlet pass.
He had 8 rebounds in the first half. Little jump hook by Olajuwon. McHale with the rebound.
Great rebound, excellent rebound, because that was, he didn't get that rebound exactly when he got it.
Larry Bird with a left-hand floater.
He's made 3 left-handed shots today that are just outstanding shots.
That was the toughest one of all. Left-hand, underhand, one-hand scoop shot from the baseline with a tough angle.
On the move.
Larry Bird has 27 points. Lewis Lloyd with a lean-in move, tipped up by McRae.
And maybe they're going to keep this scoring pace up.
9 points for McRae, 2-point Boston lead. And coming up on the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter, Bird wide open on the baseline. Somebody missed him, another left hand. I tell you, if you're going to be any kind of a player in this game, especially if you want to be a great player, you've got to use both hands when you're within a 6-foot area of the basket. You should have the left-handed little hook shots and the left-handed drives and lay-ins. And, of course, Bird has them probably as well as, well, the only other player I think probably maybe might even been a little bit better was Paul Westphal. Paul was great. As Dennis Johnson knocks it away, and Lewis Lloyd grabbed him after he knocked it away and got called for the foul.
Yeah, he knocked it away, and Dennis went to go after the loose ball. And Lloyd just held him and said, no, you may have knocked it away, but you're not going to come up with it.
Lloyd now has 3 personal fouls. First team foul against the Rockets. Celtics have none so far in this period. 9:30 to go in the third. Great move by Bird. That time the lefty wouldn't go, and it was lost. No, it was knocked out of bounds. They say by the Boston Celtics. Bird didn't really have an angle to get that one up. He was underneath the basket and had nowhere to go with it, but he still made a great effort. As Mitchell Wiggins comes in for his first tour of duty in this game.
And there were about 21 feet of basketball players surrounding him when they...
That's about right. Yeah, 14 some out of just with 2 of them.
Yeah.
Well, 15 probably almost. Scored. Foul. Kevin McHale. Sampson
He
to go to
can't
line.
believe that.
I know
He
he's
can't
looking
believe it.
around saying, "You got to be kidding! Look at the look. The look at him." Yes, Kevin, it was you. And Kevin even has a good laugh over that one.
He says, he wants to know if the referee did the same game that he's participating in.
That first half, Bill, the Rockets, as the ball, McHale gets the rebound, knocked away, and Parish comes up with the first half. The Rockets took 28 of their 49 shots came from the inside, so they had 57% of their offense from inside of the 12-foot area, which is what you really like to do, get a high percentage in close. Parish comes up to his 22nd and 23rd points, put the Celtics up by 4. Celtics had 27 of their 51 attempts come from inside that area. Sampson short. Silly foul by Olajuwon.
Well, he's been doing
It's
that
fourth.
all day because he's not been rebounding well. Every time someone's got a different rebound, he's going to take a swipe at it. And he's never come up with anything, but maybe that'll stop him from doing that. It's not a good idea.
Now you can see it just hooked onto Dennis Johnson's arm, and
The reason it's not a good idea is he's a good rebounder. His timing is off. And that's why he's not getting very many good rebounds. And when his timing's off, anything he tries is not going to work.
Parish has 25 points. And he and Olajuwon are battling inside as Dennis Johnson gets up with the steal on the telegraph pass from Mitchell Wiggins. McHale beats Sampson down the court and scores. Good pass from Dennis Johnson. And the Celtics are starting to take control. They lead by 8.
Defensively, also, I think that they've tightened down on defense more than the Rockets, and that's why they're scoring. Pulling away a little bit.
Olajuwon is frustrated. I'm just watching him in there with Parish, Bill, and you can just watch his movements. He's terribly frustrated this afternoon. Sampson, short, flat, good defense by McHale.
That was not the shot he wanted to take.
Parish this time beats Olajuwon down the court.
And the shot was too easy.
3-on-2 break. Mitchell Wiggins pulls up to 16. And a big basket for the Rockets to cut that Boston spurt. Back to a 6-point Boston lead. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Wiggins' first 2 points of the game. Parish double team. Sampson came over to help out. He draws the foul against Parish as he hit him in the head.
And he didn't want to believe it. That play kind of surprises me that with Olajuwon,
Why would
on Robert Parish, there's the foul right there, hit him on the head. Why would you give him help?
Well, I think what happened from seeing the angle there, it looked like Ralph felt that he could sneak up on Robert, and he didn't know that he was going to be there, and he felt that he could get a clean block, but obviously he was mistaken.
So I think that one thing defensively is you leave your player, your teammates, one-on-one as much as possible.
Robert Parish has 26 points now after converting one of those free throws. And it's a 7-point lead for the Celtics. 7:10 to go in the third quarter. 6-shot clock is down to 4. It's at 2 as McRae shoots him inside the 3-point area. McHale with the rebound. Here come the Celtics. The lefty won't go for Bird that time. Olajuwon with the rebound. Hollins quickly up to Mitchell Wiggins. Wiggins from 18 feet is short. McHale had it, and Hollins comes away with it. McRae. Johnson to Bird. Bird against Sampson. And Larry thought better of driving all the way. He made it look like it, though. Larry Bird with 31 points. The Boston Celtics lead by 9, and the Houston Rockets want a timeout.
such happy cousins until...
There's been a mix-up.
The Wrong Box on Superstation WTBS Monday.
Perry back with Bill Russell here at Boston Garden. Reminder, this program is authorized under rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of you, our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written of the NBA is prohibited. It's been a 9-2 run for the Boston Celtics to give them their lead.
Now, the key element you have to remember on a 9-2 run is that you have to stop the guys.
Danny Ainge got the steal, couldn't get the basket, fell down trying to draw the foul. Back come the Rockets. Mitchell Wiggins, Robert Parish intimidated him. Olajuwon finally gets one to drop for him. Olajuwon now with only 6 points. He had 4 in the first half. Was on the bench considerable amount of the time in the second period with 3 fouls. He has 4 personals now, having picked up a silly one early here in the third quarter. Parish loses the ball out of bounds.
And the double team was there.
10th turnover for the Celtics. We've had 12 ties and 13 lead changes in the first half alone. And the front line scoring dominated by the Boston Celtics. 19-point differential. Robert Reed with 10 points now, just coming to the ball game. 5-point lead now for the Boston Celtics. Larry Bird with his 33rd point.
And he set Robert Reed up for that so nicely. Because he always is the threat of the drive. And he took the jumper.
There's Olajuwon doing what he does best, offensive glass, score it. Foul's going to be on Robert Parish.
And if he comes alive on the offensive board the second half, he could get the Rockets right back into this game and in a dominant position, in fact.
There's a shot that was missed by Sampson. There's Olajuwon. He wasn't screened off, and you see how strong he was and aggressive going to the glass, and that's one way to get yourself back on track, Bill, is to get a nice offensive rebound and basket. And for Olajuwon, I think he needed that psychologically. He's got only 2 rebounds and 9 points. That was only the 2nd rebound of the game to show you how ineffective he's been. Bird with the super pass to Parish, and Robert couldn't quite handle it, and it was knocked out of bounds by Olajuwon when Robert bobbled it. Larry calling out the play. Robert Parish changed pivot feet and walked, but he got the basket. They missed the walk, but he scored. Parish has 28 points to go along with the 33 from Bird. 61 points between the 2 big men. Shot clock down. Triple team on Olajuwon. Shot clock is now to 4. Robert Reed from 19. Sampson's going to be called for over the back of McHale. That'll be 3 fouls on Ralph. And that is also the 4th team foul against the Rockets. They'll be in the penalty from this point forward. Only 2 team fouls against the Celtics. The pressure by Wiggins in the backcourt on Dennis Johnson. Super pass. Almost an incredible shot by Larry Bird, but he'll go to the free throw line, and that's almost as good as 2 points anyway.
That was a great pass by Dennis Johnson. Because Dennis is not having he's not having a real sterling game himself. But I don't think he may not have scored. I don't think he scored the first half.
No, he didn't.
And
didn't take a shot though, so it's hard to score when you don't take a shot, Bill.
Yeah, but even that is when he doesn't take a shot is not good.
No, I agree.
He should take a shot. And if he's out of sync so much that he hasn't gotten a shot off, then he, along with a lot of guys in the league at this time of year, are having difficulty making everything work for him.
Larry Bird with his 35th point to go along with 8 rebounds and 3 assists in this afternoon's game gives the Boston Celtics an 8-point lead with 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Rockets trying to go inside. Every time it happens, men draw a lot of traffic. Sampson double team. Wiggins with a great offensive rebound as he was not screened off and was able to knife his way through. Mitchell Wiggins now has 4 points. 6-point Boston lead. 3:45 to go. 22nd timeout by Casey Jones.
I used to hate to let those little guys go in there and get offensive rebounds. As a player and as a coach.
It's
As
really
a player, I wouldn't let him do that.
It's frustrating when you're, as a player, even standing out there and getting good position, and then a guard sneaks in there. We want to remind you that on the 27th of March, Kirk Douglas, the famous Hollywood star, that will take you on a guided tour inside America's pastime with the Atlanta Braves. Yes, it's baseball behind the scenes. That's scenes. A whole season seen through the eyes of America's team. That's March the 27th at 8:05 Eastern here on the Superstation. And Kirk Douglas will be your host. And I wonder who the clever person was with the behind the scenes. Probably wasn't. Probably. Well, I wonder if it was Mark Gold. Probably could have been Mark Goldsmith. It had to be Don Ellis. Yeah, I was told from the truck that it was Don Ellis. We're back to live action here.
So you won't make any comments about it then? Is that true?
That's going to be on Ralph Sampson. Now he and Olajuwon both with 4 personal fouls, and Ralph leads the league in disqualification. They were plagued with foul trouble in the early part of the season.
Let's see now, there's the foul there because he's moving.
And reached him with the arm, and McHale goes to the line. Now McHale has, 12 points.
And McHale has a knee guard on from that fall the first half.
Rebound, Robert Reed, 7 points. Celtic lead, 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Little two-man play coming up here for the Rockets. Hollins foul. That'll count if it goes. Danny
Ainge.
You know, Bill, when you talk about how important it is to get inside, it just shows you how it can help you maintain the lead and win a lot of ball games. In that first half, the Celtics got inside for 27 attempts, and they had 24 outside. They made 67% of those inside shots and only 42% of their outside shots. And as anybody will tell you, that if you're going to win consistently, you must get inside a team's gut, and the Celtics did that well. As Ainge goes to the bench, and into the game will be Ray Williams, brother of Gus Williams, who is a star with the Washington Bullets. Lionel Hollins cuts it to a 5-point lead. Hollins now has 9 points in the game. So the Rockets still hanging tough. They're still well within reach of the Boston Celtics. Trying not to have what happened to them last time they played in November, is to be outplayed totally in the second half. Wiggins foul. Robert Parish will go to the line. They're in the penalty.
Now Wiggins is setting himself up in a way to get in foul trouble because he is the only one pressing. And if you're going to put pressure, it has to be a team situation. It can't just be you pressuring by yourself, because you're going to, in order to pressure, you're going to be out of position. Now there's the foul there.
Well, it's a great example, because the pass from Dennis Johnson was a good pass to a big man, Parish, up high. In fact, Wiggins jumped up to try and reach it, couldn't reach it, and crashed into Robert Parish. So you don't want to give the ball down low to a big man.
Not if you can help it anyway.
Right. Well, that's what they say when you throw it to a guy down low. It's the buddy pass, right? When you throw it off his ankles or his shin. 30 points for Robert Parish, having, well, I think that may be his high for the season. I'm not sure. Take a look and check that out. Sampson, strong move against McHale. Ralph Sampson now with 21 points.
And that's the reason
5-point lead.
When he gets the ball posted up, that the defensive man needs help, because he's got a good jump shot, and he has the counter moves in the baseline.
See, Robert Parish, his high is 30 points, so he's tied his season high. And we've got a timeout now for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 5 with 2:40 to go. And we'll be back with the conclusion of the third quarter when we return. Rick Barry back with Bill Russell, and you just missed the organist here. He was playing Hop on the Gila, which is very appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. They liked it in the truck, though, I heard. I heard our producer and director liked it. They were, in fact, they taped it.
Well, it takes all kind, Rick.
A little pressure now by the Boston Celtics. Wiggins on the trail from 10. McHale with the rebound. Final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the third quarter. The Rockets hanging tough. Of course, in close ball games, the Celtics have been exceptionally tough this year, and games decided by 7 points or less. They're 14-6. Through the legs of Olajuwon to Parish on the pick-and-roll play.
Nice bounce pass. Nice bounce pass.
The most classic play in the game, and yet one of the most difficult to defend against. The pick-and-roll. And who better to run it than Larry Bird?
And Robert Parish. And what makes that work is that they're both.
Williams to McHale. Hollins trails, and McHale gets it home. 96-87. 9-point lead for the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the ball game. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. The defending world champions, showing you why they are the team to beat. Knocked away by Bird, but Wiggins gets it back. Williams finally comes up with it. Wiggins knocks it away again from Williams. Here comes Ray. He's got Bird. Score it. Foul. Reed. And Larry Bird, you can see the emotion on his part, brings the crowd to its feet. The Boston Celtics showing why they're the champions.
Now here's he comes in, he gets penetration. Good pass.
Ray Williams is going to be a factor for the Celtics on the road to trying to repeat, as Tom Kite is reporting into the game. And you can see what an addition he has been to this ball club just in his performance here this afternoon, and he is going to get better as he gets more and more playing time and gets back to the form that he's capable of playing at. Robert Reed, good penetration on Robert's part, draws the foul. It'll be against McHale.
And the reason he was able to get that off and to get the foul is that the help was coming from behind him. And the help had to, on that situation, would have to have come from the weak side. It was coming from the strong side, and he never quite caught up.
Parish gets a rest as Kite comes into the game. Parish goes to the bench with 32 points. Larry Bird tried to signal for a timeout. The official didn't see him. Now they see him. And the Boston Celtics take a timeout as Robert Reed says, what's going on here?
Now, you take a situation where Casey Jones puts Greg Kite in the game. When you go to your bench, what do you expect?
Yes, what do you expect?
Well, as a coach, what you want your bench to do is to hold the fort. They don't have to pick up. They don't have to make outstanding plays. They have to play within the system to make sure that when the coach puts a guy like that, he leaves certain guys out there to give him firepower or scoring potential. Now, what he has to do is to make sure that he plays in a manner that they keep the ball in these guys' hands, and if he's going to get anything, get it off the boards or follow up or when they penetrate, to get the shot in close. But all you want to do is just not fall behind and not be a disaster out there. And if your bench can just hold the fort and keep you even while they're out there, then they've done their job. A lot of people think that the guy coming off the bench has to be like a sixth man, like a McHale, or like a
like a McAdoo comes off the bench for the Lakers.
Yeah, well, you know, guys that go out and score a lot of points.
Like Calvin Murphy used to do for the Rockets.
Because you don't have to do that. What they have to do is just hold the fort.
All right, now here's interesting statistics, Bill. Block shots, Houston has none still in this ball game. Offensive boards, the Rockets with only 4 offensive rebounds. Now, why? I mean, this is a team...
Because Hakeem Olajuwon, who does that for them, is not having a good game.
We're going to remind everyone, and I'll talk more about Olajuwon here. Our next telecast will be this Saturday, the 23rd of March. It'll be these same Boston Celtics against the Washington Bullets at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:05 p.m. Central Time. And Skip Carey and John Andres will be bringing you all of the action in that game, so we'll hope that you'll tune in.
Now, another good example is Michael Cooper for the Lakers. He comes off the bench. He does a lot of things. Sometimes he has to score, and sometimes he doesn't. But mainly what you want your bench to do is to change the emphasis and to make sure that the shooters are shooting, the rebounds are rebounding, et cetera, et cetera. You just play that way. You play a role. Hold the fort a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever is necessary, and then go sit down again.
Rockets now are 10 for 12 from the free throw line. The Celtics 19 for 23. They've taken almost 2-1. And that's because they've been establishing that inside game. And when you get in there, you'll draw more fouls. Shot clock inside of 10. Stolen by the Rockets. Lionel Hollins to Mitchell Wiggins. He's open from 16 feet. Mr. Wiggins shoots. He's an outstanding shooter, yes.
And he looks for a shot first, as a shooter should do. There's a difference between a shooter and a scorer now.
Ray Williams off balance on that shot, but Bird is there. He can't get the layup back in. McHale comes up with it. There's the first block of the game for the Rockets by Olajuwon. Robert Reed to Olajuwon. Foul, tight. Drives him into the support. Almost killed the ball boy.
And let's see, here's the play now. Bird misses the shot, goes up the other. And McHale comes up with it. And there's the block.
And the perfect
fast
block.
break.
Just a little flip out touch. And
the same guy that blocked it is at the other end, so he runs the court pretty well. He blocked the shot, and he's the one that ended up getting fouled on the layup. And he doesn't have the shooting touch today.
Olajuwon, 1 for 2. He's got 10 points in the game. It's cut it to an 8-point Boston lead. We'll have the final 25 seconds of the third quarter coming up.
And it looks like Akeem hasn't been playing basketball for many years, but he's learned he hasn't.
Larry Bird will go to the line. I tell you what, Larry Bird committed an offensive foul there, Bill. When he made his move, when he stopped to go for the shot, he used his right arm to push the defender up and got away with it. Now let's watch this again. Now watch Larry's right arm as he comes against Reed. Now watch when he stops. So see the right arm? Look at that push off, and he's going to the free throw line.
Now, I'll tell you why he got away with that. He didn't put that arm way out. Like,
Yeah.
And he hit him with the elbow going up. Right.
Yeah, well, that was a great shot. Nice shot by
What I mean is it looked like a natural place for his arm to be.
Right. And it was a natural thing to push him off.
Right. When the referees called, what they call is when you really when it looks awkward.
39 points for Larry Bird. 9-point lead. Last 10 seconds of the third quarter. Reed against Bird. Keeps it with 5 left. Bird with the rebound. 2-1. That might go in. At least he hawks backboard. I mean, the way he shoots the ball.
And and that just gives you a demonstration of one thing that you might not know about Larry Bird. He is very strong.
We'll be back with the final quarter. Two of the Boston Celtic fans here with a big A-OK. I don't know, I guess it's A-OK. I thought that's space terminology, isn't it? Let's take a look at some of the statistics in that third period. The Rockets shooting only 45%. The Celtics tore it at 67, and the free throws, you see the percentages there. And Bill started the half. You talked about what the teams had to do, and you said that you would see a tightening up of the defense. Well, it seemed to have happened on the part of the Boston Celtics, allowing the Rockets only 25, and the Rockets weren't able to do it. Leaders.
And that's a lot of points, 100 points at the end of 3 quarters. A lot of teams don't give that many points up on the average in a game. So that the Celtics that their offense is working pretty well.
Well, they got the inside game going, Bill. In that third quarter, they had 16 attempts inside of that 12-foot area we talked about. They made 11, 69%. The Rockets went 15 times inside, but they came away with only 6 for 40%. And that's been the difference in the ball game. Robert Reed, good dish off to Olajuwon. He was hit from behind, and Buckner, who came in, no foul. But Wiggins comes back. The shot clock is down to 2. Sampson from just inside the 3-point area. Wiggins knocks it away, but it goes to Parish. Golden opportunity for the Rockets. Olajuwon asking the official, Bill Stowers, on this end, where's the foul? Because Buckner definitely fouled him on the way to the basket.
Well, you know, there's been a lot of shots missed and a lot of plays missed by the referees also. So
Larry Bird's not missing, though.
Right. Both the players and the referees are missing some plays. 41
points for Larry Bird. 11-point Celtic lead, their biggest of the game. McHale with the big rebound. This is a great basketball team, the Boston Celtics. They stay healthy. Wouldn't be surprised if they're the team to repeat, Bill. Knocked away by Reed, but a lot can happen between now and then.
Sure can. Another good defensive play by Robert Reed on Larry Bird. Good contact there, but good defensive play.
Blocked by McHale on Sampson. Wiggins Olajuwon keeps it alive, gets it back to Sampson. Ralph up strong, foul inside. It'll be on Robert Parish, I believe.
I think Kevin McHale.
Robert Parish they gave it to. McHale was behind. They gave it to Parish, who was in front. 3 personals on Robert. Remember, Olajuwon and Sampson have been playing with 4 personal fouls since midway in the 3rd period.
And so far, they seem to be getting away with it.
Larry Bird has been absolutely torrid. Sampson with 21.9 rebounds so far in the game. Now the free throws start to play the Rockets a bit. As I mentioned, they missed 18 free throws in their 4-point loss to Washington. They had won 3 games prior to that. And if they'd only made 50% of the shots that they had missed from the free throw line, they would have won that game. Ralph now with 22 points. Celtics have a tough chore here against the Rockets, but they got an even tougher one coming up Wednesday night when they play the Milwaukee Bucks, and they've yet to beat the Bucks, and the Bucks are really on a roll, playing great basketball. Buckner from 15.
An air ball.
Parish rebound, foul. That's going to be on Sampson, I believe. Yes, that's 5 fouls on Ralph.
And that's one time that air ball got the Rockets in trouble.
Oh, he caught the rim, Bill.
Right.
He caught the rim.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Quinn.
Just a little nudge.
I made a mistake. It wasn't an air ball. There's no chance going in, but it was not an air ball.
May as well have been an air ball.
Well, they came out ahead on that one. They ended up getting Ralph Sampson with his 5th foul. Here comes Rodney McRae back in. And
Ralph will go to the bench. So Robert Parish with a new season high, 33 points. Previous high, 30. He's got 8 rebounds to go along with those 33 points, make it 34 points. And the Celtics back up now to their biggest lead of the game. They lead by 12, 10-15 to go. Experience of the Celtics coming to the forefront here in the second half as Lionel Hollins can't get it to drop, and Bird gets another rebound. That's Ray Williams from 17 feet. And we know he can shoot it.
yes, and he's been playing like a point guard, just bringing the ball up and setting up plays, but he can score.
He's got 3 points, his first basket of the game, but he's done a lot of other very good things out there, setting up his teammates. Shot clock clicking down to inside of 10 as Bird makes a good defensive play, but Olajuwon gets it back and scores. Olajuwon now with 12.
And a lot of times, both these teams have made good defensive plays that haven't been able to finish it off, and the other team ends up with the ball and scoring.
McHale using his size advantage against McRae, can't get it to drop. Olajuwon rebounds. Hollins, not a good pass. He threw that ball behind McRae. McRae had no chance.
And it was really too hard to pass.
3-pointer, Larry Bird off to the right. Buckner had it, but loses it out of bounds. One of the few misses on Larry Bird's behalf.
And the referee's giving Quinn Buckner because he wouldn't get the ball up.
John Lucas is reporting back in. Williams with the foul. Here comes Lucas.
I think that was a direct result of Quinn Buckner and the referee having a little altercation down the other end there.
Yeah,
And,
poor Ray Williams paid for it.
Right.
Look at Ray. Look at him battle. He and Wiggins. The ball is getting ready to come inbound. Now, non-contact sport that this is.
You know, the guards are much more physical than the big guys at this point in the game.
Robert Reed from the top of the key. Robert Reed now has 13 points. So that'll be his 4th game in a row for Robert Reed, double figures off the bench. Scott Webman is reporting in for Boston. And it's back to a 10-point Celtic lead. 8:35 to go in the game. Olajuwon with his 2nd block. And it'll be Boston ball. Oh, they got a loose ball foul being called. I think it's on Mitchell Wiggins. Yes, it is. Mitchell Wiggins pushing off against Ray Williams.
Let's see if we can take a look at it now. Ray Williams in there and has Olajuwon with the block. Might have been goaltending, but I don't think so.
Oh. I don't know. We're back to live action. Olajuwon with another rebound. There was pushing on the part of both players, and I think they got the second push that time, as happens so often. Here comes Lucas. Penetration. John should have shot that ball, Bill. There was nobody there to bother him, but they get a break. But Reed can't capitalize on it. Here comes Bird to Buckner. He's got Williams on the left. Williams, great move. Ray Williams gives the Celtics a 12-point lead. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. 5 points for Ray Williams. Super play by Quinn Buckner. Williams went for the steal. Bird came to help out. Kept alive by Olajuwon. He just knocked Parish out of the way. Robert Reed knocked away by Buckner. I think we got a foul on Buckner reaching in. Yes, we do.
Now, that's a lot of heavy action in there now. Look at it. Let's take a look at the fast break. Bird gets the rebound and throws it out. Quinn Buckner, one dribble, good pass. Ray Williams waits till Robert Reed goes by and makes an acrobatic play.
Had a double clutch it because Reed was there hustling back. That was an outstanding play on the part of Bird, Buckner, and Ray Williams. 3 great individual moves on the part of each player as Olajuwon goes to the bench. Sampson comes back in. Now Olajuwon has 4 fouls. Ralph's back in playing center with 5 fouls. We have the buzzer going off for some reason. Ed Rush, the official, trying to go over and figure out what the problem is. As Dennis Johnson will be reporting in.
Someone else over there. The score table says, not me. I didn't do it.
Dennis coming in for Quinn Buckner. There's Ed Rush trying to figure out what's happening. I think it was the 24-second clock was not set properly, and they're getting it set now. They're running it down. Now they're saying that Dennis Johnson can't go into the game, that Quinn Buckner has got to come back in because the ball was in play.
Right, when they stopped the clock.
When they stopped the clock to go over to the table.
The referee's time out, you can't substitute.
Yes. We'll see how Sampson does now, playing his old position, center. Lucas kicks it to McRae. McRae with an, as you say, acrobatic move, and Larry Bird gets the foul. You see the difference there is McRae was still going to shoot that ball with his right hand. I guarantee you Larry Bird would have shot that last ball with his left hand and gotten the ball off. That's not to take away from McRae, it's just to show you the versatility and the creativity that Larry Bird does have. McRae has 9 points thus far in the game. Back to an 11-point lead now for the Celtics. 7:30 to go. McRae 5 assists to go along with the 10 points and 2 rebounds.
And I like the way the Rockets have hung in there. They're not stepping away just yet. And a young ball club on the road, that can happen quite easily. You're playing a good team, and they start to apply the pressure over 3 quarters or 3.5 quarters, and they're hanging right in there.
It's bad enough winning on the road as it is. The Rockets just under 500 on the road. Williams with a quick move around Lewis Lloyd who's in the ball game.
Ray Williams Lloyd was too close to him. The minute he got the ball, he should have stepped away a half a step.
Good hustle by the Celtics. Look at Bird. Just dives and comes up with that save. And the people love it. Williams with a great pass to Buckner, and it was goal.
Almost.
Still super effort on the part of the Celtics. Lucas, 3-pointer. Oh, we would have had it back, but he slipped and fell. Buckner comes up with it. He's got Ray Williams on the right. Bird's trailing. Blocked by Sampson. Bird hits the deck, and they're going to call a foul on Robert Reed, and Robert cannot believe it. He is livid. He's walking down the other end of the court with the ball. They're going to call a tee if he doesn't give it up soon. As you look at Bird, let's take a look at that great hustle by Bird defensively. He knocks it away. There we see the hustle by Williams to keep it alive. Bird with the dive, saves it, flips it up in the air. Just a super play on the part of Bird. And we've got a technical foul now on Ralph Sampson, who is going to, well, he might get out of here if he keeps it up.
Timeout by Boston, I believe.
Well, we'll get things sorted out as an angry Ralph Sampson will go to the bench, and he may not be here when we come back, but the Celtics are in control. They lead by 12. Rick Barry back with Bill Russell. Bill Fitch, a little disgruntled looking at things. Ralph Sampson did be quiet enough to remain in the game, but he's still jawing away at the officials. And Larry Bird will shoot the technical foul. Larry will not go to the free throw line, however, because the penalty situation is not in effect as yet. The Celtics have 14 fouls, and the Rockets only with 3. Robert Reed picked up his 4th foul on that last one. Oh, they're going to call a shooting foul. Oh, Larry Bird will go to the free throw line. They're saying that it was a shooting foul on
Well,
Bird.
he was shooting when that foul occurred.
It looked like that Robert hit him after the shot, but that's not what the officials say. Ralph's still going at it with Ed Rush, although it was Bill Sauer who gave him the technical.
It was. See, it's all right for Ralph to talk to Rush as long as Rush talks back.
Yeah.
When Rush shuts up and he keeps talking, then the problem starts.
Larry Bird, 12 for 13 from the free throw line, 44 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Not a bad afternoon's performance. I wonder who our player of the game is going to be, Bill. Unless the Rockets do something spectacular to get back in here. Bird knocked it away, but it goes to Lloyd. Lewis Lloyd on a good penetration move now has 18 points. 13-point lead for Boston. 6:15 to go in the game. Bird to Ray Williams.
Good pass, good execution by Ray Williams. He got free because of the double team, and they rotated down, and he was the guy that ended up free, and he went right out of the basket. It's a good place to go.
That's right. When the man leaves, turns your head or leaves you, go to the basket, and good players will get you the ball, and that's what Larry Bird is. Well, he's a great player. Sampson on a nice move.
Good move, David.
Good quickness on the part of the 7'4" Ralph Sampson. He's got 24 points for the Rockets.
And good extension. That's when he was able to get that shot off. He used all of that 7'4" frame.
It's funny, Buckner's still in the game now. They haven't brought Dennis Johnson back in after that crazy mix-up. When you got a foul inside, Lucas reaching in. He came and reported into the game. Then they decided to take him out because it was not a dead ball. It was an official's timeout, and he's never come back.
Well, he said, well, I might as well sit down and rest the game. Let these guys get some experience. Because this is a good pair of guards, Quinn Buckner and Ray Williams.
Yeah, we've got Wedman in the game.
But they're good. Ray Williams can take care of the outside shooting, and Buckner and he are both good defensive players.
Ray Williams says, oh, you don't want to guard me? I'll take the three-pointer. Sampson with the rebound. That's Lloyd. Lewis Lloyd now has 20. Second leading scorer for the Rockets here this afternoon. Back to an 11-point Boston lead. There's still time for the Rockets, but they have got to come up with some good defensive efforts. Robert Parish.
You know, when he shoots, it always looks like he's not going to get there. The ball's not going to get to the basket.
He really has a soft touch for a big man. He's got 36 points in this ball game, right behind Larry Bird's 44.
And he's lucky he didn't go over there. Something might have got hit with the ball.
26 points for Ralph. Again, an 11-point Boston lead. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Lucas, the double team on Bird. He finds the open man, Buckner. Sampson with the block. Buckner gets it back. Shot clock is down to 4. Three-pointer by Wedman. Count it.
That hurt. The Rockets played real good defense, and they ended up giving up a 3-point play.
9 points for Wedman as Lucas kicks it all the way. John Lucas now has 4 points in the game. The 12-point Rocket lead, Celtic lead over the Rockets. Yeah, exactly right. They needed that defensive effort that time, and lose 3 points on it. That's got to be a little disheartening. Larry Bird.
Net. I mean, the bottom of the net, not just the side.
46 points. And I would think that Larry Bird is going to hit the magical 50, unless Casey takes him out of the game.
Well, he can't take him out in this game. This game's not over.
Lucas, tough pass. Sampson couldn't handle it on the alley-oop. Bird with the rebound. Wide open Parish. They didn't pick him up. Takes it home. Sampson late getting back. Nobody was there. The Rockets now trail by 16 points with 3:20 to go. And the Celtics have dominated. Olajuwon's reporting back in for the Rockets. The experience of the Celtics. 2 times the Rockets have given them a real good first half, only to fall victim to the great Celtics team effort in the second half. Foul, Ray Williams.
Almost a good play because he blindsided Ralph Sampson. He couldn't see him coming, and he almost got the ball.
That will be the penalty. Sampson to the free throw line. Olajuwon came in for. Lionel Hollins. No, he faced, no, Rodney McRae came in from, sorry, Hollins is already on the bench. So they're going with a very, well, not exceptionally large team, because they've got Lucas and Lloyd in the backcourt, and Reed, Sampson. Well, it's, when you have a 7'4" forward, and a 7-foot center, I don't care who else you put out there, that's a big team. Sampson now has 28 points. 14-point Boston lead. 3 minutes coming up now to go in the ball game. And a lot of the Celtic fans starting to file out of here. They feel that it's cigar light-up time for Red Auerbach. Great pass by Bird to Ray Williams on the cut. That is so nice to watch.
Immense skill on both teams. I mean, on both players, Ray Williams and Larry Bird, because that was a good cut and a good shot to make.
5 fouls on Ray Williams. They get a timeout by the Houston Rockets. 2:43 to go in the ball game. The Boston Celtics are in total control.
NBA basketball, America's game, is brought to you in part by Sharp Electronics Corporation. From sharp minds come sharp products.
Rick Berry back with Bill Russell to bring you the final 2:43 of this afternoon's action here at Boston Garden. And Bill, remember in the first quarter when the Rockets had a lead, they outplayed the Celtics in fast breaks, but the Celtics have taken control. In the second half, the Celtics 13 points off of 9 breaks. The Rockets only 5 points off of 6 breaks. And for the game, the Celtics have 29 points off the break. Rockets only 17. Lucas can't get the free throw to drop in, and Tom Kite come into the ball game, gets the rebound. So Larry Bird still with a chance to go for the magical 50. He's at 46 and counting. Front line scoring. Boston 98 points. Houston 71. 47, 6.5. 2:19. Scotty Wedman.
He gets it off at the board.
Scotty with 11 points. 17 points Celtic lead. Sampson from 16. Ralph has got 30 now. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Larry Bird will be our player of the game. Bill and I discussed that during the timeout. We've got a foul on Reed. Bird to the free throw line. He'll have 47 and 48 very shortly as Rick Carlisle is waiting to come in.
You know, it's interesting that when both Reed and Bird were much younger, they played in the finals when they used to play with the Celtics in the finals. And Robert Reed did an excellent job of guarding.
He did.
But this is a different Larry Bird now than it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Carlos Clark into the game for the Celtics. Greg Elo coming in for Robert Reed for the Rockets. And Rick Carlisle, as I said, getting ready to report in. And he's going to be coming in for Larry Bird. So Bird is liable to get to 48. And, well, maybe he'll get one more shot before the next dead ball.
That's one for each state in the continental United States. That's leaving Alaska and Hawaii out of this.
Okay.
If he makes this.
Well, we're not trying to. We don't want to leave them out. I mean,
well, he's the guy leaving them out, not us.
48 for Larry Bird. 12 rebounds, 7 assists.
And maybe before the clock stops, you'll get a chance to get 2 more, one for Alaska and one for Honolulu.
Ralph on a great alley-oop from Lucas. 32 for Ralph. Kite fakes Olajuwon out, and Olajuwon gets the rebound. Back come the Rockets. Mishaw getting ready to report in. Got 1:30 to go in the ball game. Alan Level has come in for the Rockets. Alan Level scores his first 2 points of the game. I think the crowd, those who are keeping score, want Larry to take another shot. Give him another shot, fellas. Come on, let him get 50. Scotty Wedman, rebound, Carlos Clark. Got 1:08 to go in the ball game. Carlos with his first 2 points, a 15-point Boston lead. Lucas foul Carlos Clark. Larry Bird will exit. He will not get his 50 points. He'll lead with 48 points and a standing ovation from the partisan Boston Celtic crowd, and a well-deserved one.
And I'm sure he's very satisfied with it.
He'd be satisfied if he had 12 points and the team won, because that's the type of a player and individual he is. And in fact, he made a comment saying that it used to be that, you know, he was only concerned about the Celtics and all, but he's taken an overall interest in the health of the NBA per se, and he's real happy. In fact, he said that this is the best competition that he has experienced in his 6 years in the league. And
I think that there are more players playing hard and playing better now than ever in the history of the NBA. I know this since I've been watching it.
And playoff time will be coming with us shortly, and we'll have a lot of that action here on TBS, and everyone's looking forward to that as we wind down in the regular season. Allen Level with a three-point try, and the rebound goes to Ray Williams. Reminder again, our next game will be Saturday night. Be the Celtics against the Washington Bullets, 8:05 Eastern Time. Skip Carey, John Andrews bringing you that action as we come down into the final 29 seconds of the game, and Scott Webman gets the 13th point of the game. Level inside to Mishaw. Out it comes to Rick Carlisle. Carlisle crashes into Elo. He hits the deck, no foul. Mishaw got a hand on that one. Back comes Level. And Craig will get 2 points. The 14-point Boston Celtic lead. We have 6 seconds to go. Rick Carlisle left. That's the ball game. The Boston Celtics have once again defeated the Houston Rockets. They finished their season series 2-0. 134 Boston, 120 Houston. We'll be back with some final comments in just a moment.